I'm going to share something with you that parents tell me after finishing working together because I think it will help you decide if this is the right fit for your child. But first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Valentino Di Lorenzo and I help parents of elite soccer players solve one of the most frustrating problems in youth sport. A talented kid who underperforms when it matters most. I run a mental performance coaching program specifically designed for competitive athletes aged 8 to 17, and we already worked and transformed over 500 elite players, just like your son or daughter, and we help them break through the fears, build unshakable confidence, and perform at their actual level on game day. And today I want to share exactly what parents tell me after we work together, because they say it better than I ever could. Most parents find me when they're frustrated, not with their kid, they love their kid, but frustrated because they can see the gap. They watch their child at practice and they see a confident, sharp, capable athlete, and then game day comes and that kid completely disappears. They've tried encouragement, they tried backing off, they tried talking to the coach, they've read the articles, and nothing has moved the needle. By the time most families reach out to me, they've always been watching this pattern for at least one full season, sometimes 2 or 3. What I want to do today is share what actually happens when we work together, in the words of the parents who've been through it. What parents say in the first few weeks, almost every parent tells me the same exact thing. I don't know what you're saying to them, what you guys are doing, but something is shifting. They notice their child coming home from sessions, from practices, and for games with more energy, asking better questions about their game, talking about mistakes differently, and not beating themselves up, but analyzing and moving on. One parent told me he used to go completely silent after a bad game, wouldn't talk for hours. Now he processes it, shakes it off, and asks when is the next game. And that's not a skill change. We didn't change any skill. That's a relationship with performance changing. And it happens faster than most parents expect. Because we're not working around the problem. We're going directly to the root. Unlike any sports psychologist that just talk about feelings and nothing directed to their game, we're a little bit different. And what parents say at midpoint, around the 30 to 45 day mark, parents start noticing something bigger. Their child is carrying it off the field. And a mom told me her daughter, who used to avoid a conflict entirely, would shrink in group situations, started speaking up more in class, started volunteering answers. She wasn't afraid of messing up. And a dad told me also his son asked to have a conversation with his coach about getting more playing time, and he initiated that conversation. He prepared for it and he handled it with maturity, like we tell them to do. If you have a problem with the coach, you go and talk to them. And this is what happened when a young athlete start to generally believe in themselves more, and the confidence doesn't stay in the box labeled soccer. It bleeds into everything else. And that's when parents realize this is not only about the sport. This is about who your child is becoming. And what parents say at the end, by the end of the 90 days together, the thing I hear most often isn't about performance stats or playing time, although some become captains, some join better teams. But what parents say the most is, I see a different version of my kid and I feel like they're a different person now. Because when a child is playing in fear, when they're carrying the weight of pressure and self-doubt into every game, it changes them at home too. They're quieter, they're more irritable, they lose interest in things they used to love. When that lifts, and it does lift, parents notice it everywhere. In the car, at dinner, in school, in how they talk about their teammates. One parent sent me a message that I've kept. She said, for the first time in 2 years, he actually looks excited to go to his game. Not anxious, not worried, but excited. And that's worth everything to me. That's what his work does when it's done right. And why the timing matters. Here's something I want to be honest with you about it. The families who see the biggest transformations are the ones who do not wait. And I've had parents come to me after 3 seasons of watching their child struggle, 3 seasons of tryouts where confidence was the missing piece, 3 seasons of watching their kid play small when they had every reason to play big, and those kids get results too. But there's always a moment in our work where I think, if we'd started a year ago, how different would their experience of the sport have been? So the window when mental skills training make the deepest impact is between 9 to 17. I would say 9 to 14. These are the years when identity is forming, when beliefs opportunities about what they're capable of get locked in. What gets built in those years, confidence, resilience, leadership, and it travels with them for the rest of their life. What doesn't get built in those years is a lot harder to build later. So if you've been watching your child and thinking, this sounds familiar, my kid is kind of like the same, I want you to have a real conversation with me and somebody from my team. Not a sales call, not a pitch, 30 to 45 minute call where we talk with you and your child, where what you already tried and what you're hoping to get, what your goals, what your child's goals, and me or somebody from my team will tell you honestly whether our program is the right fit or not. And if not, we'll give you some free advice and we'll point you into also a different direction. So we only work with selected players and families who are ready to change this now. This is not a cheap course, in case you decide to join. It's a tuition. Once you invest in this and your child does the work, you see dramatic results. If this video resonated and you recognize your child in anything described, don't sit on it. Click the free consultation with us here. I have a link here in the description to book a call. If not, no worries. I'll see you in the next video.